Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of DadVGirls After Hours, episode 56. I'm here with my co-host, Sarah Jane.
Woo! Yes, big up Sarah Jane.
I was going to call you Sarah Jane
on the
Biddle.
MIC.
Brrrah.
Brrrah.
You need the air horns.
Skip it up.
So as you can see, we're both in a fantastic mood today.
Yay!
Because we're spending the time together.
Oh, I thought it was because our Joe and the Juice is on the way.
Oh, I'm actually really excited for that. All is good in the hood. Talking of hood, not Casey, Sarah, that's my wife's name, has got on. I keep staring at her. She's like, you make me feel so self-conscious.
I was like, every time I wear debut, you look at me in a certain way, but it's like you're just constantly looking.
I just want to make sure it looks good on camera. This is our new daily collection. So obviously, if you saw, we brought out activewear for debut, and we called it daily because it's the kind of stuff that you literally just wear daily, like whatever you're doing, running your errands, going to the gym, going to the cinema.
Going to your Joe and the Juice.
Literally. But last time we didn't bring out hoodies with the activewear. So this time we've got hoodies.
Matching, yeah.
And literally I'm looking at it, I'm like, looks sick.
And the model in the photo shoot looked unreal. Like she looked so good in her clothes. She's like...
But also I just look at it and I'm like, I'm really proud. Like I'm not being big headed, but I'm really proud of like the quality of our clothes and just everything about it. I look at it and I think I'm really, really proud of it. So yeah, if you haven't,
went shopping the other day.
Check it out.
We went shopping the other day and we were looking at other tracksuits and we were like,
oh my God, some of the quality of some of these bigger brands, and I will not name any brands. We went to Selfridges and we were looking at all like what we'd call like
it basically made us realize that we could be in there. We're like, Davu should be in there.
Quality is so much better than some of these brands that are selling in Selfridges. Like literally, we were looking at how is this even in here? Like,
but I was saying like everyone says about our socks. You remember I always go on about our socks being the best. Like people now say that they won't wear other socks other than ours. Like the perfect length, the perfect fit. Like they're just great.
But and like, this is not an ad. Like we did not plan this, right? But even like our tote bags, the classic black tote bags that we do are unbelievable. Like so many people have them. It's like, I think it's our number one best selling product we've ever brought out, which is mad because we're a clothing line and our best product's a bag. But people have had them for like the last 2-3 years or whatever. And people use them every single day for college, for work, for school. And people literally still rave about them.
Yeah.
Like,
because we're such like perfectionists, especially you. You are
I'm
like,
annoying.
Yeah, to
Just
the
say
extreme. Like sometimes, you are, but
sometimes I need to get out of the way.
Good. No, but it was also good because each time, like now you've just said you're proud of this, there'd be something you're want to change or like think you could do better, and that's how your brain always works.
Well, like, a friend of mine who's a bit of a mentor, who's also in the clothing industry, he always says to me, if you're not slightly embarrassed by your previous collections, then you're not doing it right. He said, because you should always feel like we can do better. Like that's how you progress. So, but the reason he said it to me is because I was always getting down about things. I would see things like, say someone's wearing one of our tracksuits or whatever. I'd see like a tiny little thing about that is really annoying me that it's like that, but no one else notices it. And he's like, that you just need to accept that that's okay. Like stop like beating yourself up about it. But I do realize as well, like in business, I need to sometimes just be like, just get out of the way, get out of everyone's way, because I can make things quite complicated because I obsess over things. So that's what I'm trying to do this year.
Yeah.
Have you noticed a little bit of a difference?
But obviously we've said that we hired an MD for Davu, and just what a relief like it's been. Like she has been unreal. Like we're still very much involved in the design and stuff. Like that is taking up probably the only time we've spent on Davu is like talking designs, quality and stuff. But the day-to-day running of it is completely being taken over, which like I spent a whole day in the gym the other day. Like, you know how I've been saying like, I want to get back into my fitness. I was able to do that and it felt so good that I did a workout and then I did all like the sauna, steam room. I actually went for a swim, and everyone knows I hate swimming. But I went for a swim and then I did a class and then back to the school run. Like it was so nice.
Mine's just more like the mental space it was taking up in my brain. And the thing is that I've probably said this on the pod before, and I'll admit it. Like it's good to know what you're good at and what you're not good at. And I know what I'm not good at. I'm not good at being a manager, managing teams. like all that kind of like nitty gritty stuff of business, that is not my forte.
Yeah,
So
because in
it's
actual
like,
fact, we held part of the business back because we're not good at that.
yeah.
Or like maybe
I'd say you are quite good at it, but I just feel like
I
you
couldn't
don't
be
have
here
a-
5
you
days
need,
a week.
you
Yeah,
need someone who's literally here 40 hours a week, just on it.
yeah.
So
But we couldn't be, and then that's why we weren't good at it. And I think that's why in some things like we've been a little bit further behind because you and me have held it back slightly. But now it's like no, the team is able to grow like in their roles, even if it's not as a whole team, but like in their roles they can grow. And I've started doing employee of the month, and my reason for that was because I want to keep spreading like positivity in the office, like the way we are with our girls at home.
Sarah's the Chief Positivity Officer of the business. That is her new role and title. She just comes in and sprinkles positivity and then leaves.
No, do you know what, though? I can be inappropriate. Like I do hold my back. I do hold back a little bit, like on the pod and on the YouTube channel and stuff. So people don't see the fully me. But if you know me, you know I'm very rude. My jokes are very crude. Like, and in the office, the PA, like we've said before, is actually my best friend. She just looks at me and says, HR, if she thinks I'm going to say something that's inappropriate. That's our little code that I know I need to mute it. Well, yesterday, one of the girls were talking about having a facial and they were saying it's basically salmon sperm inserted under your eye.
Yeah.
And I went, remember they're not your friends. Remember not to say what
You're
think.
at work.
I'm like, and they were looking at me, I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, the conversation I would now have if you was my group of friends, I'm like, HR. Everyone's laughing at me. I'm like, just walk away from the conversation. Like, so yeah. But no, I wanted to do like positivity of not necessarily like, oh, because you've done your job well, but I'm like, just acknowledging that if somebody in the office, like they all make each other cups of tea or like, acknowledging that somebody of that for that month.
That's why everyone started making me a cup of tea in the office now, trying to get employee of the month.
Yeah, because I think it's just it's they're nice. And also last month, one girl got multiple votes. Like obviously because she won, but loads of the votes. And then I forwarded her all the messages, and it meant so much to her to read such a nice message.
Yeah.
So then this month, like when everyone else has wrote messages, they're just really nice messages, and it's not.
Wait, have we done it again?
I was meant to.
Did I get any votes?
No.
No. Okay. That's
actually,
fine. No.
I
Do you know what? I didn't expect to be voted.
I did.
Did you get a vote?
Got a vote.
From yourself?
No.
From your friend? From your PA, Bianca? Yeah. Okay. See what's going on here.
Yeah, well, she did say because basically one day
she said the thing is you're getting the votes in, so she's sucking up because she knows that she's sending you the
what
vote.
it was is one day I
love Sarah.
I let her finish early because I was like, oh, just come with me to Westfields, and we were going to get dinner. We were going to get dinner after work anyway, but then I needed to go to Westfields. So I was like, just come with me. So we came. So she was like, I'm going to say that you get my vote for let me go. I was like, don't you dare. I was like, everyone else in the office would be like, oh, I want to go to Westfields with Sarah. Like, it's like, you can't say that.
Yeah, it seems like a bit of corruption going on here. You're giving her time off work. She's giving you vote for employee of the month.
She's been coming in early so that she can help me with a school run so you can get to the office. So has been coming in early. So technically.
Yeah, it
come
seems
see,
like
come saw. Is that what you can say? Is that the right thing?
Bit of favoritism there.
Come see, come saw.
So basically on our show notes, right, it says Joel discovering his hidden talent. So Will, our producer, I don't know why, he just is desperate for me to show you guys. You might have seen it on TikTok. I posted it weeks ago, but I saw this girl on TikTok and she was basically like showing this talent that she has where she talks with her mouth closed and it sounds like someone's trapped in a closet. And I just tried to do it and I didn't realize that I actually had this hidden talent. So guys, you're in for a treat. Here you go, especially dedicated to Will. I'm going to mess it up now. I'm trapped in a closet and I can't get out. There you go, guys. There you go, Will. You can take it off the list. It's on there every week.
Now everyone's going to be trying it right now. Like genuinely,
no, try it.
It's like, so hard. I'm not even trying because no.
Well, when I did it the first time, I thought that's obviously quite easy to do, and then no one else can do it. So I'm like,
I do feel like you've got a big mouth. There's a lot of space in there.
Wow, you didn't need to do that.
No, but it's in like
you didn't need to bring me down just because I found something good about myself.
No, it's like the space. You've got space.
Yeah, got them hamster cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking in the office about when Joel shaves his beard and he's like, how young he looks. I was like, yeah, and your cheeks look so big.
Yeah, right in front of everyone. You got little chubby cheeks. Like,
Should have said
Rude.
HR if you didn't want to say
HR.
it.
Fat shaming me in the office. Pretty sure.
No,
that's illegal.
it's cute. You are cute. But I did make Joel go to the gym the other day. I'm trying to get him. No, not because you're fat, but mentally. So we all know that like January and February, you do struggle with like just feeling a little bit down. The weather's crap, but you didn't get it in January this year. You had a really good January, which was really good.
Not such a good February.
I don't think you have. I think you have been a little bit down, and you've been ill.
But the thing is,
it has lasted a long time.
I had like this flu and like cold that hung around for like 2 weeks, and it really messed me up. Like, and it really actually did get me down. I was starting to feel like I felt a bit depressed.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't.
But then it was making you not want to eat. So then you wasn't eating. I'm like, your body needs good nutrients. So yeah. So
You
now
forced me into the
I just
gym
said to you, like, just go to the gym. I was like, just do 3 things, like treadmill, pull the machine this way.
Yeah.
And kick.
I think sometimes that's what you need. You need to like lower the barrier to entry. So Sarah's like, just go and do 3 things. So literally I hit the treadmill. I ended up doing more than 3 things.
Firstly, he's like, no, I'm not going. I was like, right, if you don't go, you've got to buy me something. Because
Like,
he basically, and he wasn't going to buy me something, but basically I know that what he's done before with like, you had like a guy that you used to work out with and you're like, if I don't turn up, I'm going to pay you £50.
Yeah, I used to say if I don't turn up.
I have to then go. So I then know that's how your
I never
brain
paid him
works.
£50. I always went.
But that's what I'm saying. So when I say, fine, you have to buy me something, I didn't have it.
But now I'm like, maybe a trip to shopping is nicer than going to the gym. But yeah, anyway, so I did do it. I feel like it was good. I felt so much better, but I now need to just like make it a habit.
Yeah.
Get back on it. Because the thing is, when you go, you kind of like, why was I putting this off for the last 2 years or whatever it's been? I feel like this is the longest I've not been in a good gym routine.
Yeah.
I always used to go through like, I'd do like 6 months in the gym. Then I'd be like, 6 months, can't be bothered. And I'd just repeat. But now it's like, I just can't find the motivation.
Yeah.
I find it so hard.
Well, when I said I went to the gym the other day, it was because I spent a day with my sister Emma. I gave her a guest pass and we went together. And it was so funny. Like when me and Emma get together, like my laugh and her laugh together, it's just so funny. But there's a room, like it's like fire and ice. So it's like really hot, but they give you ice. So I gave her a load of ice. She's like, what do I do with this? I'm like, just rub it on yourself, like keep yourself cool. So she's got this ice and she doesn't really know how to like rub it on herself. I'm doing it, but there was 2 guys like relaxing, and me and her just couldn't stop giggling. Like we found everything hilarious to the point where I'm apologising. And then I was talking to her about, because I actually did the plunge pool, and the guy was like, oh, how long did you get in it? I was like, oh no, don't, like I literally dipped my shoulders in, I got out. And he's like, oh, he was trying to tell me like all this stuff of like, it's about your breathing, it's this, that. I'm like, I'm happy with that. Like I'm proud of myself and I'm not going to get back in and do the breathing. As I look over, Emma sat there like this, like twiddling her thumbs. And I looked and I was like, why does it look like you're waiting for a bus? And we was laughing so hard because she realised how she sat. It was, obviously you've got to be there, but
yeah,
we are then cackling to the point where like the other guy gets
you
up
would
and out.
honestly
like,
annoy the hell out of me if I was in there.
It was so funny. Like,
meanwhile, you're in there. So I was also at the gym. So I go to the gym to work. So I take my laptop. I just find, I've said it before, but I can just focus when I'm at the gym. I sit in a restaurant. Well, our gym this year has become very, very busy. So there's not really like sometimes it gets so busy, there's not a lot of tables. But I was basically sat, there's these 2 big booth tables, right? And people do kind of take the mick because you'll have like one person sat there on their laptop, right? And there's some older people, not super old, but older, who like to go there and socialize, and then they get really annoyed. But I was on a big booth table with 2 other guys who were also working on a laptop. So the 3 of us were just like there. We were just like, cool, we'll sit together. They got up and left. And then you and Emma were like, oh, we're going to come and have lunch with you, right? So it's like, there is a period of time I'm sat on this big table by myself, knowing that you guys are going to be about half hour. Anyway, I get up, I go to the toilet, I come back, there's 2 ladies sat on my table, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, like they obviously just assume. So I sit down, really friendly. I'm like, oh, hey guys. I was like, just to let you know, like I've got a couple of people who are going to be joining me soon. And I was about to say, but you're more than welcome to, stay until they get here.
Yeah.
And one of them went to get up and say, no, don't worry, like, get up. And the other one was so rude. Yeah. She literally went, well, there's plenty of space for 2 more people we're here. So anyway, and then she just turned to her friend and went, what would you like to order? I was gobsmacked, right? Because I'm like, there isn't really, it'd be very intimate if 2 more people joined, right? And if you do want to join the table, like, you ask. So I looked at her and I went, that was so blunt and rude. And she just looked at me and I went, I think what you meant to say is, can I please join your table? Not just assume. You need to ask. Like, normally I would never be like that. But she was so rude that basically went, there's plenty of room for 2 more people. It's like, you don't even know. I might be having an intimate lunch with someone. Like, it might be personal. Like, you don't know if you can sit here. So rude. I just could not believe. I just think I would never do that. I'd be like, oh, like, would you mind? Like, you just
I'd never just sit down. No.
The fact that they just sat down anyway, it's like, yeah. I mean, it didn't bother me too much because they're obviously thinking, oh, this guy's just here on his laptop taking up the big table. But once you find out, it's like, so anyway, they're then ordering and it's so awkward because it's just the 3 of us sat at this table after I've just basically said to her, like, you're so rude. She's not said anything, just turns to her friend, like, what do you want? Then her friend's like, should we just go and sit somewhere else? And then her friend felt so awkward, so they basically just got up and moved. But I'm like,
I find it so awkward if you're that friend that where the other person is really blunt, because I wouldn't be like that. So I don't want to be associated with that because I wouldn't do that.
Her friend was just normal. Like, obviously, oh, there's 2 more people. You got people joining. Oh, don't worry, we'll move. Some people I just think you're so unnecessarily rude.
Yeah.
Like, who are you to say you're just going to sit there regardless? Like,
no, that is crazy.
But yeah, so now I've got beef with a couple of ladies at the gym. So who knows what's going to happen next time we see each other.
But you know where I don't answer my phone with if it's an odd number or if I don't know the number.
Yeah.
Okay, Grace rang me yesterday off her friend's number. Obviously didn't answer it, rang again, so I answered it. She's like, you've got to stop doing this. Like, my battery is gone and you're the only number I know. I'm like,
you are her emergency contact.
I am.
You need to answer the phone.
Oh God.
It's ridiculous. Even if you answer it and you mute it and you wait for that person to talk and see if you recognise it, like, that's not difficult to do. I don't get why I don't know what's going on with you. You had a bad experience before. You've answered the phone.
No, I don't even know why. But like,
the thing is, it's quite common because we made that Instagram reel about me like pretending that I'm like dead on the stairs, and you're asking me to phone the ambulance. And the amount of just random people who are commenting or tagging people like, this is so you. It's obviously like it's
so funny because that reel we filmed, and it was one take for you, and you literally went, oh God, no, I actually look dead. I went, yeah. Better, like the more dead the better.
I literally had like veins because where I was upside down on the stairs, I had like the veins pulsating in my head, and I was like, I look horrendous. But then I think that's what's made it pretty real. So
it was funny, but
that reel got like 5-6 million views. It's crazy. That's like one of the best reels I've ever posted. Me and you need to do more funny content. We're obviously hilarious.
Well,
relatable.
I think it's me because you've been in all of yours and they're not getting them views, and I'm in it, and then bam.
That is just so mean.
Jokes. But this week in our house, we have done the most simplest of things, and I can't believe, touch wood, that it's working. We have got the little free to do a sticker chart. And
game changer.
The life we are living right now, easy breezy. Not even like, isn't it?
So you know what? We know this works. We've done this before and it's worked. We just never keep it up.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's what I understand. Is like,
is unreal.
It works for them. It's us that has to keep it up. It's us that has to remember them. So basically,
shall I tell you what's on Sophie's sticker chart? No F word.
Yeah.
If she doesn't drop the F bomb for one day. So,
it was getting really bad. It was she would be like, I'm not getting in the effing bath. I'm not, and I'm like, no, like, and I was thinking like, oh my God, this is it now. Like, she's just, and I'd say to her, don't say it. Like, you're not allowed to say that. Oh, sorry, mum. And I'm like, I can't get her to stop. I had a sticker chart in.
Well, day 2. She weren't happy because we got to the end of the day and we went through everything. So on Sophie's, it's like things like staying at the table till everyone's finished their
Yeah, because
dinner.
what she does is she'll eat dinner and then she jumps up and the sisters are still her sisters. Chloe and Maddie are still eating. So I'm always trying to encourage her to stay and
Because it
talk about their
disrupts
day.
everyone. Then Maddie thinks, oh, I'll get up. And
then when so actually all three have got that, because Chloe would get up and get an ice cream. And I'm like, it's not ready for your pudding yet because Maddie's still eating her dinner.
Now she just wants an ice lolly. Like, but the thing is, we got to the end of the day, and I was like, "Did you sit at the table good?" I was like, "No." She's looking at me like, "What?" So I'm not getting a sticker. I was like, "No, this is how it works." Did you say the F word? Her sisters are both yelling. Yeah, she did. She did. Maddie's like, she said F word. I'm like, and she did. So I was like, you're not getting a sticker there. One of her things is being nice and not hitting my sisters. She literally hit her sisters that evening.
For squealing on her.
Yeah. So I'm like,
what they say, snitches, what is it? Snitches get stitches.
So I'm like 3 down, no stickers yet. She literally got, I think she has like 6. She got like 2 stickers out of 6 and she was fuming.
Yeah.
Well, the next day, when I walked in from work, she was sat at the dinner table and she was literally shouting to me. She's like, Dad, look, I'm sat at the table. I'm not getting up. I was like, did you say the F word today? She's like, no. So it is working.
And this morning when she basically has this thing, she also obsessed that she wants me to cut her hair, and I'm the one that has to cut her hair. So she's saying about me cutting her hair, and she got in a bit of a bad temper, and when I say like she hits Chloe, like because Chloe was sat there, it's like a hit out, and I was like, and she was about to, I said, don't do it, you won't get your sticker. Oh, sorry, sister. Sorry, Chloe. Sorry, sister. And she didn't, and she's not swearing.
It's just a sticker.
And then for the other two,
I mean, not even nice stickers, just little smiley faces.
Yeah, but then the other two, it's things like Chloe going to bed without our help because we do have to lay with her. And again, like 2 nights in, she was really struggling. She was crying. She was like hyperventilating.
I text Sarah saying she's convulsing and I think she's possessed and can you please get me a priest? I was like, I'm not even joking. She was shouting at the top of her lungs to the point where she was losing her voice. She was like, I hate you, Dad. But I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I was actually sat on the stairs outside the room, so I wasn't even fully like downstairs. I'm like, I'm on the stairs. You just need to go to bed. You can do this.
Because like, basically what I felt like is like, we've never had to lay with any of our girls. We've never had to do this. Chloe clearly does have ADHD, and we're going through the process of trying to see if she does. I'm sure she has the hyper part, right? Because when I lay with her, it's not nice. It's not like chill. I'm going, lay down. Close your eyes. Stop fidgeting. Stop picking your nose. Stop putting your feet on the wall. Like, stop playing with your teddy. Like, I have to remind her just to lay down and close her eyes. And as soon as she then listens to me, she goes to sleep. So it's like I had to help her. So when we're on coming up to night 3, I'm like questioning myself, am I doing the right thing? Or does she need me just to lay with her? And that's the way she needs it, you know, like, and I was thinking, am I being a bad person for not just, if that's what she needs? But I said to you, I was like, right, we're in this deep. I know from taking dummies away, bottles away, or anything changing, 3 nights, 3 hard nights.
Get 3 nights in.
When you're past that, like you have to be like, it's hard those 3 nights, but you can't give up in those 3 nights. If you do, then it's over. But be firm in them 3 nights, and then it changes. 3rd night in, and a friend said to me, maybe because the way she's twitching, like she needs something, give her a fidget toy. So I said to her, like, we're going to try tonight. You pick because I've obviously for Sophie got a box of fidget toys. So I said, pick one. She picked a ball, and like a small one in your hand. And I was like, no, you can't have that because you're going to be silly of it. She said, no, I promise I won't. I was like, okay, fine, well, I'll try. And then, again, because of Sophie, when Sophie's been a little bit, like needed a little bit of like calming, I've given her whatever I've worn for the day and it smells of me.
Yeah.
So I said to Chloe, would you like to try my jumper and have my jumper here next to you that smells of me? She was like, yes. I gave it to her. I can't believe it. I went downstairs. That was it. Like, she just went to bed. I'm literally waiting for her to come down, to cry. Didn't happen.
Nothing. It's a miracle.
She woke up this morning so proud of herself. Like,
I mean,
honestly,
I can't even tell you what a miracle that is. We've literally had to lay with her every single night since she was born. Not since
For
she was
like-
born. No,
for like up to
since she was
45
like
minutes.
since she was like 2, it started.
Well, it used to be an hour, and we were
Yeah, it could
happy
go
when
on
it
for
went
an
down
hour.
to 45 minutes to half an hour. Like,
So the fact that she's done that last night is a miracle. It's actually crazy.
and then Maddie's is to stay in her bed all night. And first night, she just did it. It's like, oh my gosh, how have I not brought a sticker chart in ages? Because she kept climbing into our bed. But she, even to the point where she woke up in the morning and Chloe was still asleep. So she weren't sure if it was morning time or not. So she went for a little wee and then went back into bed. And I walked in and she was just laying in her bed smiling. I'm like, oh, good
bless her.
morning. I was like, it's time to get up. And she, again, like that, she was so proud of herself. Like,
Yeah.
run down, put her sticker on the chart. Like, so simple. but
Chloe
so
and Maddie have been
effective.
getting in our bed every single night. It is so squashy. It is so uncomfortable. Like literally, it's like I just wanted to like. I think I'm just gonna start sleeping on a sofa or something. But anyway, well
But the
done.
funniest thing is that when you say, all right, we need to get these kids out of our bed. Basically, tonight's the night and I'm going to go sleep downstairs. Good luck, Sarah.
You're good at it. Like I give in so easily to any of them about anything. Like I literally just want to give in. As soon as it gets tough, I'm like, oh, just
Yeah, but you can't let
No.
me down on this.
no.
Because I have
Never.
done this
Done the hard work.
before. No, I've done this before. I've done this.
Yeah.
And then they come to
I've
you.
told you this already. You just need to switch sides.
No,
with me.
I
You
did
need
the
to
other
sleep by
day. I
you
did
need
the
to
other
sleep
day
by
and they
the
came
door.
round to you that side.
I'll put up like a little fence or something so they can't get round to my side. I said put electric fence around the bed.
No.
Every time I try and get in. It's going to teach him. But yeah, so if you guys watched the previous episode, you'll know that sad news. We took the soft play out
I'm
of
sorry,
our
what's
house.
sad news? What have we done?
We took the soft play out of the house.
We have an empty room and it has given the kids so much joy.
I can't even tell you, right? The kids and the cousins and friends that have all come over, like the little ones,
It's mind-boggling.
they have played in there for like 8 hours straight in an empty room. The novelty of this room being empty, I'm like, they're playing in there more than they played in the soft play.
Like to be like they
it's
have
mad.
Lego that I haven't seen them play in ages. They keep taking it out and going in that room and just building Lego. But it's been in the playroom the whole time. They could have. It's been there, literally, like right in front of them. But
Also, they've even had no toys in there. They had the
Just
cousins
running,
over, they
chasing
were
each other.
chasing each other around this room, and then they had the lights off and they were playing something in the dark. I just can't believe how much joy and fun they got from an empty room with no toys. It's like
Yeah.
we spent all this money as parents on toys and stuff. I'm like, give them an empty cardboard box and they'll probably lose their
Yeah.
minds in there. Like, so sometimes it is the simple things in life. We literally had the most incredible soft play in there, took it out, and they've never used it as much. But we did ask for ideas of what we could potentially turn that room into. So these are some of the top answers. Someone said dance floor with disco lights. Sarah would be happy.
Yep.
She loves a
I'd
little.
have to take the carpet out. We've just carpeted it, so I'd have to.
Someone said a spa. I mean, yeah, I think that's probably a bit extreme. A trampoline park. I don't think the ceilings are high enough for that one. This was a nice idea.
This is a
Sensory
really good one.
room with swings from ceiling and lights and mood lights and everything. 'Cause
I actually really do want to do something like this for Sophie, because even in like her bedroom, you can get proper like they're like cocoon type ones where she can get inside it.
yeah, it's like a wraparound type. Almost
Yeah,
like a hammock, but like a closed off one.
and I think she would.
It's good for
She would
children
like
with like
that, but-
autism and stuff.
Yeah, so I have thought of that.
Someone said a foam party. Sorry, Sarah, in brackets. A cinema room. Cinema room would be sick.
Yeah.
That would actually be with
Especially if we've
popcorn
got a
machines,
popcorn
slushy machine,
Oh
everything.
gosh, popcorn I don't mind, right? Because I say that you can't eat in the front room that we've got because of the chocolate and stuff. But I actually do let them have popcorn because it's not messy. You can just hoover it up. But a slushy machine, our kids are known
Damn.
for spilling drinks. Like,
Our carpet would literally be red and blue. And then someone else said an escape room, which is a cool idea. I like that.
we actually,
But I think for now it's just going to be empty until the kids stop using it. We are going to keep that room completely. empty.
I'm not in any rush to any ideas. But because they said escape room, so basically it's coming up to the anniversary of Mickey passing. And we always try and do something fun as a family for him. Because obviously it is a sad day, but if we try and flip it, like, so it's not, or we always get together at least. But this year I've booked the Cube. So
I'm so excited.
we're going, my mum and dad, Em and Ryan and Casey and Grace. And
The Cube is one of those TV shows I always wanted to participate in. I used to watch it and think, oh, I want to know if I would be good at that. I want to know like how good I would be, or just how terrible. So I'm like so excited.
I don't actually think I'm going to be very good at it.
I think in my mind I'm like, I'm going to be sick at it, but I probably won't be. I think if it's like hand-eye coordination stuff, I'm not bad. But I think if it's like anything like memory, you know, like sometimes it would be like all these lights would flash up and you had to like try and remember
what
which
square to land on.
I feel like I'd be bad at that. I feel like anything like puzzle, like you're so good at escape rooms.
Yeah, but it's just completely different to the Cube.
But if there's anything like mental, I'd probably be terrible at it. But if it's like, I don't know, I feel like some of the
when we went to Crystal Maze last year, not last year, the year before, for our Christmas work do, any of the ones where it's like with your hand, you had to get the ball to stay like on the wood. Like I couldn't do it. It kept falling off. But the one where there was a climbing wall the whole way around and you couldn't fall down, I literally put so much pressure on myself. I didn't fall down. Like I got around it no matter how hard it was. Physically, I could do that. But that one,
yeah,
I can't do. So
are we going to be on a team? Is it teams or no?
Oh, I don't think you wanted to pick me the other day.
I don't know. I think there needs to be tryouts to see who I'm going to pick. I need to see who the best team. I think we would actually make a good team because I feel like
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be very good, so I wouldn't be offended if no one wants me on their team because I've got to be on somebody. I've got to be on somebody's team. So I'm going to get to have a go, but it would be like, no, you sit this one out. I'll do this one. No, you sit this one out. I'll do this one.
So we've got a little section here where we're going to give our thoughts on some of the biggest relationship debates that generally go around. So let's see what there is on the list. So should partners share all social media passwords?
No. You
don't need to share your password. But I think the more obvious question is, should you know the password to your partner's phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you won't let your partner have the password for your phone, you must be hiding something.
Yeah.
There is no logical explanation that I could say to you, you can't have the password for my phone. Oh, why? There's no reason.
Yeah.
Because if there is a reason, because
if you're driving, you're like, oh, and you get a message through, and you're like, oh, who's that? And I tell you, you'll be like, oh, answer it. I unlock your phone. I'd answer it. There's nothing to hide. I don't feel like I need to search your phone because there's nothing to hide. But if you're not able to do that, it gives me, I would feel like I need to now look. I need to know your password and I need to then look.
I also want to know, like, how do these people justify not giving the password to their other half? Like, how would I justify it and be like, oh no, like you'd be like, oh, say you picked up my phone, like, oh, I need to, my battery said, can I just quickly Google something? Imagine I'm like, no. You'd be like, why? What am I going to say? I just don't want you to. Like, oh, it's my phone, so you know.
These things, and it's like the whole thing of like, I know people could say like the boys' chat, but I've never looked in your boys' chat. I've never wanted to look in your boys' chat. Like
my boys' chat is so boring.
No, but you know, and it's like I think as well because we are like that with each other. Like I would leave my phone with you. We both do. You then don't feel the need.
I wouldn't
to then,
Also,
I genuinely wouldn't look.
That sharing password thing, like that's a bit of a weird one because like you would never ask me for my password for Instagram, but at the same time, if you wanted it, you could have it. So I don't really get that one. What are your opinions on open relationships?
For me,
each to their own.
Yeah, each their own. If that's how you feel, like I'm not going to judge anyone's relationship.
Are you open to open relationships?
Absolutely not. I know as a
no, me neither. I wasn't. No, I'm just like
on the conflict of what I've just said. Like
I
naturally would be a jealous person. I was when we first met.
I don't know how people can deal with more than one missus. To be honest, like I think bloody hell.
That whole thing of like where they take it in turns to share a bed and stuff. You know, and it's like, oh, it's their turn. Like I would be jealous. I wouldn't like that. I
just wouldn't want to have one other person who needs stuff from me. Like one person being like, you know, I find it hard enough to be like a thoughtful husband. Imagine trying to do that for 2 wives or 2 girlfriends. I'm like, bloody hell. I've been getting it in both ears.
I honestly, I would be like, well,
nagging in surround sound.
Does he fancy her more? Like, is she like the insecurities I
That'd
already
be
have,
mad.
let alone if then I would have. Like, I know for me as a person, it wouldn't. It's like, you know, when they have either open relationship or they have people live with them, or like all those kind of things.
And you also have like swingers and stuff like that. I just think.
Oh, I know. I just
mad to
couldn't
me.
do it. I just.
Yeah. No. So I mean, like,
For me,
we're not against
no,
it. If
Joe.
you're
If that's
into
what
it,
you're into,
you're
I'm
into
sorry,
it,
babes,
cool.
it's not me. But
can you be friends with an ex?
no,
No. I mean, just no, you can't, right?
not if you.
Not if you have a new partner. You could be friends with an ex until you have a new partner. Once you have a new partner, like, how can you be friends with an ex?
Yeah.
Like, it's just not, like, I just don't know how you can do that. I don't know how you can justify that. I don't know how you can think that's okay. I don't know how the other person.
Yeah. I'm trying to think as well, like the people that I do know that were friends with their ex, things sometimes happen to make it more than just an ex. Do you know what I mean? As well, like you're slipping back into old ways, but it's not
Slipping back.
slipping back in.
Yeah.
Slip sliding.
I think it's different if you have a friendship group and your ex is part of that friendship group. I think.
I don't know. Can you
it's
think? Have we got
different.
any friends that are friends?
Well, yeah, like we have friends. Like one of my friends used to date one of your friends, and they.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
as
Okay.
in they're in the same
yeah.
social circle.
And there is really nothing there anymore. So
yeah, but they aren't.
they're not friends.
They're not
as in,
actively friends. They're not like texting each other, meeting up. But if we have a get together, they're coming. But their
Yeah.
other partners can also come, so it's not like an exclusive thing.
yeah.
So I do think in that scenario, like it's okay.
in that situation,
but I don't think you can directly be friends with an ex. Like, it's not fair on the other person, really,
Yeah.
is it? So
I think that's how we've always thought. Like, I would think that it wouldn't be fair on, like,
yeah, it would just be weird, and leaving yourself open to like. all
if
sorts
we
of
broke up
complicated
and you
stuff.
got a new person, I could
I'd still be friends
'cause
with
we've
you.
actually got a great friendship.
I'll be friends with you. You're my buddy.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah.
buddy, old pal.
So in that scenario,
You know.
can a guy have close girlfriends with no feelings attached?
Oh, and to
This
add
is
to
a
this,
tricky one.
have you seen that cards like are bringing out to my work wife, to my work husband?
Oh,
Hell no!
Damn, son.
Oh my gosh! Like,
If I had a work wife,
no.
Sarah would murder me.
Oh my!
But I wouldn't do it anyway because I feel like it's so disrespectful. I think, in case you don't know what a work wife or work husband
Yeah.
is, it's basically when you go to work, there's one person in particular who it doesn't mean there's anything romantic. It's just like, oh, that's your work wife. Like she'll be the one that make you a cup of tea or you'll bicker or like, it's almost like that's the person you get on with. But I find that so
It's
disrespectful.
the word of it.
It's so disrespectful.
Yeah, I again, I'd struggle with that. Like, and fine if that's the way. If you're like in any relationship and that's okay with you. Like, so this is not our opinion means the most, but for me and my
opinion
relationship,
means the most.
it would be. It's just
a no.
no.
I think also it's just like, it's just
I
crossing
wouldn't do it.
boundaries,
Yeah,
like
I
that.
wouldn't do it. I always feel like I'm very well, I don't need to be, but like very respectful to you before even what I wanted to do. Do you know what I mean? I would think like, how could that come across to you? What? So I just wouldn't.
Yeah. But no, but the question was, can a guy have a close girlfriend with no feelings attached? I think it's a really tricky one because I would normally be like, I don't think it's great, right? But then at the same time, it's like Casey has there's a group, their friendship group consists of half boys and half girls, and they are all actually genuinely just platonically friends, and it's such a nice friendship group. So, for example, obviously Ava has a boyfriend, but they all still get together as a friendship group, and I think that's nice that her having a boyfriend hasn't then like stopped that happening. But I think it's different if it's like a girl has just has one boy that's that they're just close.
Yeah.
Ava and Casey, they're close as a group. There isn't like, do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think if it's just like, I don't think it's okay if you just have one close friend. If it's part of a friendship group, it's different.
Yeah.
I just think it's like a slippery slope. Like, I don't know.
Because they do say like, no, like you fall for each other, even if you didn't in the beginning, but you get to know each other and even more, and you become the best of friends, and like that's the greatest like start of a
Yeah.
relationship, right? Like I would say that like out of all our love, like we are the best of friends. Like the way we joke, the way we tell each other everything. So
I think you also need to ask yourself, like, if that girl, that friend of yours that is a girl that's close, if she was ugly, would you still be friends with her? I bet 9 times out of 10. I bet 9 times out of 10 the answer would be no. Because as much as they would say, "Oh, we're just friends," da da da, I bet that friend is kind of hot. Yeah, because if they were ugly,
I'm
they
just
ain't gonna be
thinking
friends.
back of when Joel once had a friend that was a girl, and when we were younger,
She weren't hot.
and just told me, "Oh, we're."
She weren't hot. I mean,
But
yeah.
also, you agree now. It's not.
I agree. I agree. It was also part of a friendship group, but I agree. You know, I didn't put you first, but that's why my opinion's changed now. I don't have any friends that are girls.
And that's why I'm so like, absolutely
I
not.
have no work wives.
I was stood up once waiting for Joel to turn up, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm actually not coming. I'm at so and so's house," and I was like,
I was so oblivious to just.
We
other
were
people's
very young,
feelings.
by the way, we was very young.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
we was teenagers, but yeah, I was oblivious. I was oblivious to, because in my mind, I was always just like, if there's nothing in it, then what's the deal? But I didn't actually step back and think, regardless, like, how does that make Sarah feel?
But
so
yeah.
we're over
We've
it.
been
We're
through
not
all
bringing
of
it up
it.
20 years later, are we? Oh no, we are.
20. Wait, how old are we now? We're like 39. It's like 20, actually something.
23 years later.
Yeah.
What's the right amount of time to spend with your partner? Some people need more togetherness while others value more independence within the relationship. I think that's a very personal thing. I think everyone's different. I think I like small doses of Sarah.
Liar.
Jake. I like
Liar.
spending time with you. I
think it's true. It is like, it's really down to each person.
I think in the
their
beginning, you just want to
relationship.
spend every minute with each other, but you have to realize that will subside a bit.
Yeah.
That kind of living in each other's pockets, like it will subside, and it doesn't mean the feelings have it. Just yeah, I think you need your. I think the problem is like a lot of like new relationships, they spend every single day together, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, actually I would like to spend time either on my own or with other friends and stuff, and it's like
it's hard to
then like.
It is also very important to have your own time
Gotta
as
have a bit
well
of me
and go
time,
out with your
guys.
own friends, because it's nice to then come back and talk about those with each other. But that also, and like that part of the relationship where you meet each other all the time, and then it starts like you said, like fizzling out. Like that's when it starts becoming the real relationship as well. Of like you have to understand each other, and that's when a lot of relationships think it's time to break up, and it's not. Like that's real life and that's real marriage where you're not together 24/7. You have to think about the other one first. So I feel like that's when it really becomes that you're both, because naturally in the beginning you want to be with each other, and then that time is when you start thinking, oh, okay, like
I think the
about the
thing
other
is as well,
person.
obviously talk about honeymoon period, but like I've got someone that I know, and he would always just jump into like new relationships, right? And when it's the honeymoon period, you get butterflies, it's exciting, you know, like you get like a rush from it. And as soon as those feelings had subsided and it was no longer the honeymoon period and he didn't get butterflies every time and want to be, he just thought that's it, the relationship's done. And then he would move on, and he would literally be like rinse and repeat. This went on for years, right? Literally like 6-month relationship or a year. And then instantly he would just be like, that's it. And it's like,
and
no.
we could see it happening. We went out for dinner and we'd be like, it's happening.
Yeah, this one's on our way out.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, because that is natural. And then the next part of that is where you work at the relationship and you make time for each other. And it's like, you're not just doing things just because you got butterflies. You're doing things because you're like thinking about the other person. It's like, love is an action. It's not just a feeling.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because normally as well, when you spend that much time together, there is naturally going to be the one person that wants to go out with their friends and it's a shock to that other person of like, wait, why don't you want to spend time with me? We spent every day together. But then it's actually like, no, that's okay. Like, but it's just letting that person know, like, it doesn't mean you don't want to spend time with them ever. But I'm also like, is that still a thing? Or like, because we're older and that's what it was back then. Are people having this
Like, we're
honeymoon
not
period where they're
we're not like
together.
100 years old. Like, we're not like, oh, like ancient. Like, we don't know what's going on. It's not changed that much. Making
Oh,
it
no,
sound well
no, I'm
old.
not saying that, but
Back in
I'm
the
like,
Victorian times when we were kids, it was a very different
because I feel
environment.
like dating all together now, like this
Oh,
whole
God.
thing of like getting the ick, like we've said it before, but I'm like, I'm sure if it was a thing when we were together, like we could have been put off easy with each other because you're looking
Never.
out for it.
We
like,
never had no icks. We
Well,
were ickless. All right, so before we go on to our dilemma, I just want to say, guys, if you're watching this far into the pod and you're not subscribed, like, what's going on? What is stopping you? What is the blockage here? Is it just that you cannot be bothered to set up a YouTube account? Like, it only takes a couple of minutes. You can subscribe. It means that you get notifications when we post.
maybe
You
they're
turn up in your
driving, like
feed.
listening to us. So, Alexa, set an alarm for 15 minutes to subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, sorry, who has an Alexa in their car? Like, literally,
oh,
who
don't
has
let-
an Alexa?
Oh, what
in
is it?
their
Oh, it's
car?
Siri. Oh, it's Siri in your car. Siri, set an alarm.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, we're trying to get to 100k. We're literally just so close. So yeah, help us get there.
Listen, I don't know why he's begging for 100k, but it means a lot to him. Just
I
do
don't
it.
even know
Come
why. It's
on.
just a
Joking.
number. Do you know what? Don't even worry about it. No, joking. No, we want to. It's a milestone. We want to celebrate. We also get a plaque from YouTube. So when we get it, it's going to be hung up here, and you guys can know that you were part of getting us that plaque.
Aw. And you get to see us drunk, which we don't know why we agreed to that. But.
Yeah. So here is this week's dilemma. I recently went on a mountain trip with my friends where we had planned to attend some parties. Parties in the mountains.
Sounds
that's
good.
wild. Okay. Since I'm only 16, my dad stayed in the cabin with me and my friends. He made it clear that there were rules about drinking, which I fully respected. One of my friends seemed to respect the rules at first, but that changed once we were at the party. She got so drunk that it became difficult to take care of her, and bringing her back to the cabin was a struggle. The next morning, I tried to talk to her about it. I told her that she needed to respect the rules my dad had set. She just laughed it off and said she had planned to get even more drunk that night. Damn, son. Rebellious. Sure enough, when we went to the party again, she got drunk. I pulled her aside multiple times to tell her how unacceptable this behavior was, but she was so intoxicated that she just laughed in my face. I felt powerless, and both I and my other friend found her actions extremely disrespectful. Was there anything I could have done better?
No.
Let the girl live her life.
Oh,
Let her party. Get drunk.
no. Like, firstly, like, well done to you to be able to actually.
What a
Be able to-
respectful young man.
Oh, I thought
Woman?
it was a girl. She said that she.
Sorry.
No, well done to being able to, like, the next morning to address it, because I can imagine that was also hard to, like, say to her the
Yeah.
next morning, like, what you've done. But then for the friend to be so disrespectful.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That
is
friend has
tough,
no
like-
respect for you whatsoever. And at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, you can tell them, but if they're going to do that, they're going to do what they're going to do. You just know next time, well, do you know what? You ain't staying in the cabin with us because you are disrespectful.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah,
And
pure
well done to
disrespect.
you and your friend that did, because
Yeah. You just need to tell them, like, that's disrespectful, right? You put
Yeah.
me in an awkward position. It's so awkward when it's like your
That
parents
is-
and your
yeah.
friends. Like, I remember I had a friend, we went back to mine and he was so drunk. He was throwing up in the toilet. And my dad got out of bed. So we come back late. My dad got out of bed and he was like, oh no, is that what's wrong with him? And
Yeah.
and we're standing at the bathroom, outside the bathroom. I was standing outside the bathroom. My dad come over. My friend's in the bathroom, like, ugh. And then he just shouts from the bathroom to my dad, I've got a peanut allergy. I've got a peanut allergy. And I ate peanuts. I'm fine, right? So for I don't know how long after that, we had to pretend that my friend had a peanut allergy. Like, so it's like, this was like an ongoing thing.
oh my
We'd be
God.
like passing around peanuts. My dad would be there looking at him. Not going to eat them, are you? So,
Did I ever tell the story? I don't even know. It's just reminded me of when. So me and my friend, we'd gone out drinking, and we then the next day was Saturday, and she had a Saturday job, and she was really hungover. She couldn't get to work. She rang them. Most people would ring and say they've got a sickness bug or something. No, she rang and said she broke her ankle on the night out. She works with her mum and dad.
what the
right?
hell?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
So we spent this now hungover day driving around looking for someone that
cast.
had a boot and crutches so that she could at least go home and say to her mum and dad that she went to the hospital.
Yeah, that's mad.
Like, it is crazy. She then obviously was like, oh no, it's just like twisted. It's not actually broken. Like, I just like,
yeah, you really got to commit to
I'm
that
like, you
life.
ruined our, like, she's like, good memories though. But yeah, like, our hangover day was then.
I remember I went to my friend's. So the same friend that was being sick and said that to my dad. Well, we went to his house, right? And his mum is, so his mum's Muslim, right? And they're very, very strict on like drinking and whatever. So we went to his and he said, oh, like, do you want to stay over? And I could drive at the time, right? I was like 17 or whatever. And his mum came in and she like grilled. I mean, we weren't drinking. Like it was just like, just normal night. She came in and she grilled all of us if we had been drinking. And I was like, you know, when it's someone else's parents, you're literally like, this is just, she's like, who's been drinking? Because a few of us in there was like, no one's been drinking. She looked at me. She's like, well, why are you staying here, Joel, if you've got your car outside, if you haven't been drinking? I was like, no, but like, no reason. Like, I can go home. I was like, I can go home. Like, I'm not drinking. I can drive. She's like, no, it's fine. You're always welcome in the house. I just want to make sure you're not drinking. I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I hadn't been drinking because I would have been so nervous. But yeah, it's like, yeah, parents and friends when you're younger, it's a tricky one. But yeah, I think that's all we got time for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Thank you, guys. Make sure you do subscribe, please. It will make Joel's day. Life. Yeah.
And if you're enjoying the pod, like, leave us a comment. We love reading through all the comments, and we'll see you next. Whoa, I was going to say we'll see you next week. We'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. Bye.